You got quiet, so I guess it's time for me to talk. All right, sorry. I always get nervous doing any kind of performance, but thank you all for coming out to the Fundred Open Lab reception, and what's actually kind of a little launch party, for my new book, Stereotype. It's out on the Ahsahta Press. Unfortunately, I don't have any copies yet because it doesn't come out until the 30th of this month. But I just want to also thank Mel and Pat. I have to thank Tyrone Williams, who judged the contest and actually put me in touch with Pat and with the Fundred project, to allow me to come out here and share these spaces with you all. In this book, Stereotype, I deal with, just be honest with you, issues of being a nigga. What does it mean to live with that word constantly in your ear, 24/7? What does it mean to have that word prescribed upon your body constantly and inscribed onto your body by yourself also? What does it mean when people call you thugs, but they actually really want to call you a nigga? How is it that sometimes state bodies still consider us niggas and treat us as such? And so in this piece that I'm going to do for you all tonight is probably most indicative of what it feels like to be a nigga, especially to be a nigga living in Flint. Say a little bit more about this piece. It actually asks one to consider Flint as a post-apocalyptic zone. If you come to where I live, 1918 Bezel Lane, Flint, Michigan, 48504, it looks like the end of the world. It feels like it. Moreover, I think that specifically the damage that's been done in the city is one that has intentionally been designed to zombify the citizens, completely render us without consciousness. We're literally walking dead there. So the piece that I have for you all is a mix of kind of journalism, kind of reportage, essay, hybrid type stuff, some conceptual pieces, appropriation of state documents, some lyrical stuff, a recovered audio conversation that took place 3 weeks before this water switch happened in Flint. And so just it's like imagine waking up and you realize that the government is slowly turning all the people around you into zombies. If you were going to put something in a population to keep them down for generations to come, it would be lead. Dr. Mona Hannah Atisha. I'm sorry. We will fix this. Governor Rick Snyder. Based on actual events, the real nigga attempts to escape the apocalypse. July 16th, 2016, Flint, Michigan. Prologue. On April 25th, 2014, the city of Flint, Michigan, now a post-industrial site of contamination, changed its water supply from the Detroit-provided Lake Huron water to the Flint River, anticipating the production of a new pipeline scheduled for 2016. Now, longtime residents have complained about foul stenches coming from the river waters below the Linden Road Bridge on the city's northwest side for an indefinite amount of time. The smell of rot, always. Concurrently, Flint media outlets, city officials, and citizens have reported multiple findings of dead bodies within and near the Flint River. Yet, authorities, emergency managers Edward Kurtz from 2012 to 2013 and Darnell Early 2013 to 2015, both appointed by Governor Rick Snyder, ensured the use of the Flint River for the source of the city's main water supply as a rescission to the city's budget. However, the Flint water plant was not thoroughly equipped to filter out the harmful pollutants, and residents began voicing concerns regarding the water's noxious smell, murky yellowish brown color, foul tastes, and innumerable ailments listed as but not limited to rashes, boils, loss of hair, pneumonia and pneumonia-like symptoms, irregular bowels, and vomiting. During this time, coliform bacteria including Escherichia coli was detected in the water supply. Chlorine was added to the water to remedy the damage in response. Now, in October 2014, General Motors discontinued its use of the Flint tap, citing that the water was corroding their car parts. General Motors then swiftly switched its source back to the Detroit Lake Huron line. Between the years 2014 and 2015, an outbreak of Legionnaire's disease spiked the city. 90 cases and counting have been reported, along with 12 fatalities. That was just at the time of when I wrote this. In addition to the polluted water, Flint residents discovered the city was a testing site for military urban warfare drills from June 2nd through June 10th, 2015. In August 2015, Dr. Mona Ahsahta, a pediatrician at Flint's Hurley Hospital, and Mark Edwards, a civil engineer, went public with research that would confirm the presence of lead in the drinking water and lead poisoning in the children of Flint. Preventative corrosion methods were never utilized by the Flint water plant, though it is a well-known fact that chlorine is a corrosive agent. The abrasive chemical wore away at the pipes and began releasing lead into the water supply. Of the effects of lead poisoning, Dr. Ahsahta states, lead is a potent known neurotoxin. The CDC, the AAP, everybody tells us there is no safe level of lead. Your cognition and your behavior, it actually drops your IQ. The 2015 annual water quality report remitted by the city of Flint, which was finally made public in July of 2016, also affirmed the findings of chemical byproducts in the form of total trihalomethanes, a carcinogenic compound. During the testing period of January 1st to October 16th, 2015, the city of Flint incurred Safe Drinking Water Act violations due to its high trihalomethane levels. The cause of this presence has been linked to chlorine having a chemical reaction with organic matter such as plant material, natural pollutants, and decay. Through various local media, the city of Flint issued and withdrew multiple boil water notices. But still, studies show that boiling water does not eradicate nor prevent the production of other disinfection byproducts. On May 4th, 2016, the 44th U.S. President Barack Obama made a visit to Northwestern High School to pull a stunt. He fielded complaint narratives, took one sip of clear water, and left. Breach. March 25th, 2014. A water main has broken at an unspecified location. August 16th, 2014. Tests confirmed the presence of fecal coliform bacteria in the tap water on Flint's west side. A boil water advisory has been put into effect. September 5th, 2014. Tests confirmed the presence of fecal coliform bacteria affecting the water in all directions. A boil water advisory has been put into effect. January 2nd, 2015, a water main has broken at an unspecified location. January 7th, 2015, a water main has broken at an unspecified location. February 5th, 2015, a water main has broken at an unspecified location. March 5th, 2015, a water main has broken at an unspecified location. March 10th, 2015, April 11th, 2015, May 14th, 2015, June 15th, 2015, a water main has broken at an unspecified location. June 23rd, 2015, a water main has broken at an unspecified location. June 15, 2015, a water main has broken at an unspecified location. September 2nd, 2015, a water main has broken at an unspecified location. February 9th, 2016, a water main has broken near Dort Highway, affecting the water in all directions. A boil water advisory has been put into effect. June 20th, 2016, a water main has broken on the city's west side. A boil water advisory has been put into effect. Incubation. It is 2016 and the city of Flint says, boil the water. My mother lays her head in a couch of her own hair, pulls back a scar from the watermark in her leg, the scalp of her knee giving to the bloody lock. Faucet water hardens into a fang, attacks slowly, unfleshes the body altogether. This week, my niece goes live on Facebook filming her son running in an errant stupor, bad as he is already, vaulting up an obstacle of leather, a base from which to rehearse flight. He lands, runs onto the carpet, the screech following his shade into the mat. He moves his joints to the finish, muscle where his mind angles the floor. It is 2014 and the city of Flint says, boil the water. My niece, great nephew, and I bowl mac and cheese out the aluminum. We all smash it heavy and wet the taste in the soup of our mouth. He plays the last noodle with his finger, consumes it, says, where's the meat? It is 2014 and the city of Flint says, don't boil the water. I lie into a nightmare of sound. Again, there is no rest. The whole house and hood is washed in the voice of some agent installed in the park burned projects adjacent to the crib, tucked in the half of an anchor, an alarm, a holler on blast every night from 10 p.m. until we all sleep it off. This lasts for a year despite complaint. Another day starts stretched by the mile of voice sounding off from the intersection of Pearson and Clover Lawn, throwing itself to the undead which lay some distance elsewhere. The broke record of it in the air, in the water, in the dream. Warning, warning. You have violated an area protected by security. The authorities have been notified. Leave immediately. Warning, warning. You have violated an area protected by security. The authorities have been notified. Leave immediately. Warning, warning. You have violated an area protected by security. The authorities have been notified. Leave immediately. Warning, warning. You have violated an area protected by security. The authorities have been notified. Leave immediately. Warning, warning. You have violated an area protected by security. The authorities have been notified. Leave immediately. Warning. You have violated an area protected by security. The authorities have been notified. Leave immediately. Leave immediately. Warning, warning. You have violated an area protected by security. The authorities have been notified. Leave immediately. Warning, warning. You have violated an area protected by security. The authorities have been notified. Leave immediately. Leave immediately. Leave immediately. It is 2016 and the city of Flint says, don't boil the water. I returned to the city for the first time since the story surfaced. Riding through the hood, crossing at the corner of Pearson and DuPont, stands a string of neon stanchions, military servicemen, a gaggle of pallets, a gaggle of bottled waters wishing us well. My boy Q posts a picture of his back bubbling with fissures in an even spread. Having bathed in the city's northeast waters, the contagion carries itself into the host, bearing witness to a feast of skin and other soft metals.
It's fucking dead around the bitch, Jonah. We should get the chance to go back to, MC and shit, man. See people who bright and sunny.
You just sitting here.
It's the walking dead around the bitch.
Niggas gonna keep dying. Next thing you know, it's gonna be a nigga that you see every damn day.
It's the walking dead. It's the walking dead around here. Niggas, I swear to God, everything I love. Niggas is zombies around Flint. It's the walking dead. I swear, it is the walking dead around this bitch.
Fuck like younger the niggas is the more bullshit.
I remember that time when you were so young that everybody just had a job because it was Flint and all the jobs was there. Now everybody, you can't even get a job in this bitch. So all you doing is getting fucked up and doing what you like.
You know, like if them little programs go to
Right, that's what it's all that right, but why that?
trying to get a job, but shit, at least they was going for it, getting that for me, that works for me.
It is.
Before seeing you got happy,
It's walking dead around here. It's never like how it was when we was coming up. Even when we got in our teens, it was still kind of lenient with you where, you know what I'm saying, I motherfuckers, but in these last, since like 2010, it's been the walking dead. Like really on commercial shit, it's like 2008. But in 2010, it ain't been nothing but the walking dead. I swear, ever since you talk to me, like how I just wanna do what I gotta do to bring this bitch up off my back, you know what I'm saying? Like, ever since you told that shit to me, Jonah, like, I feel it because, you know what I'm saying, that's some real shit. That's how you should be coming from this damn dungeon, but it was like, on the dungeon, when we was young, it was more like a cave.
Yeah.
When we were young. It was more like a cave, like, you still needed to get, but you didn't get what you wanted to get. But now it's a done. You can't get what you need or you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's really hard. And that's why I'm like, I wish I really would have listened to my granny, because my granny was giving us the game, man. That's one thing. My granny was really giving us the game. We wouldn't grasp it. We wouldn't listen to it. Be like, she don't know what she's talking about. I don't give a fuck how much syrup and pills she sold. You can't tell me shit. I swear, we wouldn't listen to her old ass. We thought she was old and we thought she was crazy. On some real shit. And even then, I was like, I don't think you crazy and shit. I was like, this bitch crazy. But we thought she was crazy, man. My granny was giving us the game. And I wouldn't take that shit.
Confused as hell.
Frequently asked questions. Why do I have to boil my water? A boil water advisory has been issued by the City of Flint due to a drop in pressure in the City of Flint water supply. Due to this drop in pressure, bacterial contamination may have occurred in the water system. Bacteria are not generally harmful and are common throughout our environment. Corrective measures are currently underway to remedy the situation. Should I use bottled water? Water from an alternative water source is best option during a boil water advisory. When bottled water is available, it is a good alternative to boiling water. What is the proper way to disinfect my water so it is safe to drink or prepare other drinks like baby bottles, drink mixes, teas, frozen juices, etc.? The best method for treatment for those served by the City of Flint Water Department is to first filter the water through an NSF-approved water filter. Then the water must be boiled. Boiling water kills harmful bacteria and parasites. Freezing will not disinfect water. Bring water to a full roiling boil for at least 1 minute to kill most infectious organisms or germs. For areas without power, disinfect tap water by adding 8 drops, about 1/8 teaspoon of plain unscented household bleach to a gallon of water. Thoroughly mix the solution and allow the water to stand for 30 minutes. Can I just use my filter instead of boiling water? No. You must boil the water after you run it through the filter during the boil water advisory. Can I use tap water to brush my teeth? No. Do not use tap water to brush your teeth. Use bottled water or water that has been filtered and boiled or disinfected as you would for drinking. Is potentially contaminated water safe for bathing and shaving? The water may be used for showering, baths, shaving, and washing if absolutely necessary. But don't swallow water or allow it to get in your eyes, nose, or mouth. Children and disabled individuals should have their bath supervised to make sure water is not ingested. Minimize bathing time. Though the risk of illness is minimal, individuals who have had recent surgical wounds, have compromised immune systems, or have a chronic illness may want to consider using bottled or boiled water for cleansing until the advisory is lifted. How does a boil water advisory affect feeding my infant? Mothers who are breastfeeding should continue to breastfeed their babies. Wash and sterilize all baby bottles and nipples before each use. If this is not possible, then single-serve, ready-to-feed bottles of formula must be used with a sterilized nipple. Always filter and boil water before mixing concentrated liquid or powdered formula. If unable to boil filtered water, water may be disinfected as described for drinking. What if I have already consumed potentially contaminated water? Even if someone has consumed potentially contaminated water before they were aware of the boil water advisory, the likelihood of becoming ill is low. Anyone experiencing symptoms such as diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, abdominal cramps with or without fever should contact their healthcare provider. Symptoms associated with waterborne illnesses are also associated with foodborne illnesses or even the common cold. What infectious organisms may be present in contaminated water? Illnesses from contaminated water occur principally by ingesting water. The major organisms that produce illnesses are protozoa such as Giardia, whatever the hell that is, Cryptosporidium, and bacteria such as Shigella, E. coli, and viruses. These organisms primarily affect the gastrointestinal system, causing diarrhea, abdominal cramps, nausea, vomiting, and with or without fever. Most of these illnesses are not usually serious or life-threatening, except in the elderly, the very young, or those with compromised immune systems. Where can I get additional information? www.cdc.gov. Thank you. So, I don't know where to sit. I'm going to sit down. I don't know if thank y'all. I appreciate it. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
How can we get your book?
So currently, my press, ahsahtapress.org, has it. So I wish I had something to write down for people. It's a weird spelling name. It's like AHSAHTA press.org. Yeah, they have it available there. It's also going to be available on Amazon. They're still building the page. I just looked at it earlier, but they're still building the page. But you can, search there. SPD Books. They have my author page up. And you should be able to order that on April 30th is when the actual release date is. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Just want to thank everyone for being here, and it's the 4-year anniversary of Flint no longer having water that they can use, either potable or otherwise. This is the very last night of this space for the Fundred manifestation. It's been an honor to work with this team, with Amanda and Mel and Audrey and everybody, like everybody that's in here and beyond. They definitely, I've never seen people hustle the way that they do. As far as this working passionately, art forward, the whole time. So it's been an amazing time, not just for me, but for the entire community. We've had a really great time here. So I just want to thank everybody. Thanks. We need a few volunteers to help us go physically bring in this soul food. It's just a few blocks away.
I scoped it out, I scouted it.
And Mel, he had a sampler.
I thought I was cutting in line, I was not cutting in line, I was scoping out the catering.
Yeah. Mel, do you want to say a few words before we break out and start eating food?
Yes,
Mom, come on up here.
I just want to thank Dawne, and look, this is, we hustle a lot, we continue to hustle a lot, and every time we're so tired, and so fatigued, and so broke, another story comes out that makes you get up and say, it's not about me, how I feel, that we must go out again. And we're driven by the tragedies, and someday, I think, if we do what we do, it will be the inverse, that something will happen. You know, when I was in Detroit many years ago, I remember walking in the streets trying to do good things and talking about ideas like this, and the person comes to me and says, we love your ideas, but you know, you won't come back. And I got angry. I said, I was young then. I was young, I had a lot in me. I said, what you talking about? I said, I'm here right now, I'm just here. He said, no, you don't know. No one helps poor people. So, fast forward to New Orleans, we got the Fundred started. I'm standing outside on the corner of North Fillory and Mutely's between music and arts, where there's more shootings down that road. They call it Murder Alley. And Nook comes up and says, you going right, you're not coming back. And I just looked at her and said, here it is again. That was so powerful. I said, you know something, you're right, I might not come back. I'll be damned if something does not come back. And I'll work as long as I can till something comes back. So we're just looking for a little dignity for the people that we meet. And that's what I'm trying to, so I can have a little dignity going down that street. Yeah. Okay? So I thank all of you. This has been a really heavy experience here in DC, beyond anything I could have ever imagined. But I have to say that this kind of thing brings it back around. Thank you. Okay. Looks like you're holding on to a chicken wing.
You have to go collect some sticks.
Stick. Yeah, we can pick up. We need probably like, I don't know how many.
I'm in.
How about like a group goes here and a group helps set up tables?